In this video, we will show you how to replace your rear shock on this Honda Civic. This is part of your rear suspension located behind your rear wheel. Let's get into it. Okay friend, let's get started on our job. The first thing we have to do is safely raise and support the rear of the vehicle so the wheel's off the ground, and I like to have the suspension hanging. Continuing on, we're going to remove the wheel by removing all 5 of our 19mm lug nuts, and we can get the wheel off of here. A quick inspection of all hardware as we continue, replace as necessary. Now let's make our way into the trunk of the vehicle. Along either side, we're going to have to remove the liner from along the side here. So we're just going to carefully take hold of it and gently pull it down and away. Typically, you should be able to flex this enough that you can gain access to the upper portion of your rear shock. But what you're going to find is the shaft of the rear shock spins as well. So we're going to have to hold that in place with a 5mm Allen head socket. For this, I'm just using a ratcheting wrench, 14mm, 5mm. Continuing on from there, we have our washer and our upper rubber bushing. We're going to remove the pair of those as well. Pay attention to the orientation of these rubber bushings. As you can tell, it is concave. The concave area is going to be facing towards the body of the vehicle. Now let's make our way back into that wheel well. Now in the wheel well, looking behind the brakes, you can see where your rear shock makes its way all the way down to its lower mounting point. As far as this lower mounting point, we're only using a 14mm on the rearward side here, which is where the bolt head is. That bolt will make its way all the way through the mounting bracket, through that rear shock, through the other side there, and there's a welded mounting nut. We don't have to worry about the nut, we're just dealing with the bolt. We'll make sure we're holding onto that shock as we continue on. A quick inspection of the bolt, we'll set that aside. Now at this point, we're going to carefully lift up on the shock, pulling it out of its mounting bracket here. It's essentially just compressing that rear shock. Should be able to slide it rearward, and then we'll pull it down and out of the body of the vehicle. There it is, friend. All right, let's prepare the brand new rear shock for installation. For this, we're just going to activate it by pressing it all the way down as far as possible. We'll allow it to make its way back up, decompressing, and we'll repeat this process approximately 3 to 5 times. All right, let's get this in the vehicle. Let's have a quick look at our hardware here. We want to have one of our rubber bushings and also our small spacer here. We're going to take some high temperature lubricant and just make our way right around that port in the center of our bushing. Next, we're going to take our spacer, slide that right up in here. Now we can slide that onto the top of the shock. Let's get this in place in the body of the vehicle. Now let's align the lower mounting point. We have our 14mm headed mounting bolt. Go ahead and start that through. Before tightening this mounting bolt, we want to make sure we put upward pressure on this, essentially ground force. We're lifting up on the rearward control arm, and then we can snug this up, torque that to 44 foot-pounds. Let's release pressure from this area and we can reinstall our wheel. Now that I have the wheel back on the ground, we'll be torquing these lug nuts in a crisscross manner to that 80 foot-pounds. Torqued. Now that we have this wheel torqued and the full weight of the vehicle back on the ground, let's make our way back into the trunk. Now we're back inside the trunk of the vehicle. I'm going to take my next bushing, we'll press it down on here as far as possible. Continue on with your large flat washer and your mounting nut. To tighten this up, we'll be using a 17 millimeter. I'm also using my 5 millimeter for the shaft of that shock. We're going to snug this up. The torque for this is 22 foot-pounds. There we are. One last confirmation inside this area, we can close this up. Okay friend, we finished the installation of one side of our rear shocks. Whenever you do these, you do them as a pair. So go over to the other side of the vehicle and repeat this exact same process. Once you've completed that, you're going to want to take your vehicle for a road test, listen for any odd noises, and it's a good idea to get yourself a four-wheel alignment. Thanks for watching.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.